Hello.
Hello.
We gotta do it again.
This is part 2.
Yeah.
When Mary was well past 90, she and her husband sat in these creaky rockers while another of their sons read to them. After the 2 younger boys died, the eldest read. Then Mary's husband died. Several years later, her eldest son died too. He was 94.
Mary had outlived her entire family. She was 114 years old and alone. Can't read, she said. Can't write. I don't know anything. Mary stood at the window of her retirement home and gazed down at the world below. Words were everywhere, on billboards, on buildings, on store windows, and trucks. She sighed. All this time she thought, and they still look like squiggles.
These are the photos. This is Mary, and this is where her husband was sitting.
And then that's Mary.
And that's Mary looking out the window.
And that's all her writing that she did look like squiggy lines. You should leave it there. You should leave it there, and then you can get it out.
Mary had heard about a new reading class held in our building. She pursed her lips. No more waiting. She decided, time to learn. Out of her apartment, into an elevator, and down to the lobby she went. When the elevator door sprang open, Mary saw people sitting under a sign with a picture of an open book. She could not read the words. A neighbor walked up to her. "That's a reading class, Miss Mary. Can I help you over?" Mary shook her head. Then she gripped her cane, lifted her chin, and walked straight toward that sign. I'm gonna read this.
That's Mary, and that's the man that wanted to help her. And then that's the sign to read. For the next year and more, Mary put everything she had into learning to read. It wasn't easy after all. She was the oldest student in the class, and probably in the entire country. Could someone her age learn to read? She didn't know, but by God, she was going to try. She studied the alphabet until her eyes watered. She memorized the sounds each letter made and practiced writing her name so many times that her fingers cramped. She learned to recognize sight words and then challenged herself to make short sentences with them. She studied and studied until books and pages and letters and words swirled in her head while she slept.
That's Mary, and that's her dreaming about the words.
And that's her writing the words. And I guess she tried and she's messed up.
One fine day, Mary's hard work paid off. She could read. Word of her accomplishment traveled, and people everywhere celebrated with her. Chattanooga's mayor, newspaper journalists across the country, and a man from the U.S. Department of Education who said, "Miss Mary Walker, I pronounce you the nation's oldest student," all shared her joy.
It says, "Happy birthday, Grandma Walker." That's her. And her eating her birthday cake.
And all the
Other people that got invited to her birthday party.
Yeah.
Mary felt complete. She still missed her sons, but whenever she was lonely, she read from her Bible or looked out her window and read the words in the street below. From then on, Chatanogans honored Mary's achievement with yearly birthday parties. In 1966, President Lyndon B. Johnson sent well wishes on Mary's 118th birthday, and in 1969, President Richard Nixon did the same. Mary was now 121 years old. That's Mary up there looking at all the signs.
Mary received many gifts over the years: a radio, a sofa, her very first television, a new Bible, the key to the city, and perfume, and champagne from the Canadian Mounties. She also received something that brought back those long days in the Alabama cotton fields. Her first airplane ride. From the cockpit window, Mary gazed at the trees and rooftops below. No different than a horse and buggy ride, she joked. But she knew it was. As the airplane dipped and soared like those shallow-tailed kites of long ago, Mary decided that flying was a lot like reading. They both made the body feel as free as a bird.
And by the way, if you don't know what gaze means, it means looking.
That's the airplane that Mary flew in. And that's the city below.
Yeah, that's the city below.
Yeah, there.
Each year before her birthday celebration came to an end, someone would whisper, "Let's listen to Miss Mary." The shuffling and movement would fade away until not a sound was heard.
Then Mary would stand on her old legs, clear her old throat, and read from her Bible or her school book in a voice that was clear and strong. When she finished, she would gently close her book and say,
"You're never too old to learn." Wait, do we show them this picture?
Yes.
She's never too old to learn.
So what was your favorite part? Or what did you think the author's message was?
Should we read the author note? How would she inspire you? Thank you for reading with us.
The